The member for Denison.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I'm mindful that we're a little over time, so I'm grateful. Deputy Speaker, marriage equality is inevitable. It's just a matter of when. I'll make that point again. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of when. And you do wonder why we delay it the way we do. It's just a matter of time because it's the right thing to do. It is clearly the right thing to do to allow any two adults who love each other to have the same rights under the Marriage Act as any other two adults who love each other. At the moment, it's legislated discrimination against same-sex couples, and that is wrong, and it's a wrong that must be righted. It's just a matter of time that we'll have marriage equality because it has overwhelming public support. And in fact, Crosby Textor, perhaps one of the more credible pollsters, with one of the more credible polls on this issue, found public support in the community for marriage equality at 72%. Almost 3/4 of the Australian population, when asked, should we have marriage equality, said yes. It's just a matter of time, as evidenced by the experience in the rest of the world. The member for Melbourne is right. We are the only developed English-speaking country in the world that now does not have marriage equality. The United Kingdom has it. New Zealand has it. Most of Western Europe has it. Most of the United States has it. Why, even in Alabama, same-sex couples are getting married. Now, Deputy Speaker, I do respect people who oppose marriage equality. They have their case to make, and we should respect them. They have every right to hold their view, to express their view, and to practice their faith. But I don't agree with them. And I don't agree with them on one very important point they make. They say that marriage equality must not be allowed because it would be wrong for children. It would be harmful for children. But that really key plank of the anti-marriage equality argument completely and utterly misses the point. The fact is that there are same-sex couples at the moment bringing up children very successfully in wonderful, loving environments, which really brings me to the key point here as far as children goes. So long as children are brought up in a loving environment with all of their needs met, then really they are the only things that matter. So you can have a mum and a dad being good parents. You can have two dads being good parents. You can have two mums being good parents. You can have a single dad being a good parent, a single mum being a good parent, so long as it's a loving environment and the children's needs are met. Just as a heterosexual couple might not be good parents. Two men might not be good fathers. Two women might not be good mothers. A single mum or single dad might not be good parents. It's not about their marriage status. It's whether or not they have a loving, warm home environment for those children. The opponents of marriage equality would also say that it's always been the case that marriage is between a man and a woman. But, Deputy Speaker, that's not the case. In fact, it was only 11 years ago, during the period of the Howard government, that the Marriage Act was changed to make it explicit that marriage would be between a man and a woman. Before that, it wasn't explicit in the Marriage Act. In law in this country, it has simply not always been the case that marriage must be between a man and a woman. And of course, the opponents of marriage equality are concerned that it will be an attack on religion, that somehow they would lose their religious rights. But of course, churches already choose who they marry. And that's not disputed, and certainly not disputed by me. And it was very important that included in this bill that there be a very clear provision to allow the churches to continue to choose who they marry. Now, Deputy Speaker, as we know, the previous Prime Minister and the current Prime Minister are committed to a popular vote on this matter. And frankly, that's better than nothing, and let's hope that it happens sooner than later. But isn't that our job in this place, Deputy Speaker, to represent our community? And when you have an issue where the right course of action is so evidently clear, an issue where there is such overwhelming public support for reform, an issue where this country is so completely and utterly out of step with every other developed English-speaking country in the world, surely it's our job to go down into that big room downstairs and to vote in favour of this bill and to send the bill to the Senate, where hopefully they will vote in favour of it too. That's our job. I think we should do that, this bill, this year. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.